Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are once again on a Thursday night, and it's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning at 1 a.m. in London, 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 10 a.m. in Tokyo. We welcome you back once again from a long holiday weekend to the coffee hour. Not the coffee hour, that's tomorrow. It's Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan, and I'm so glad to have you aboard with us. It's been 2 weeks ago since we met before because we were off on the holiday, but we're glad to have you back. And we want you to know that you can join us. All of you who have been around with us a long time ago, you already know what the show is all about. But for those of you who have not been with us before and here for the very first time, and they may be some, we welcome you. You're just as important as anyone else who comes along. And we like to get involved into the show because what we do as getting started as the host, I get things revved up as I'm doing right now. And to get you involved in the show, all you have to do is let your fingers do the walking on your keyboard, on your telephone, on your computer, whether it's laptop, desktop, on your tablet, and any other device that you have a computer screen and a keyboard. You can type whatever you want. I could see you right there on the big screen. And even as you come in, and I'll answer all of your questions. We'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. That's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinions. And we want you to express yours because yours is just as important as the next person. And we're going to be here for a whole full hour. We're here every week for a whole hour, and it's a very entertaining show if you're here for the first time. We have a lot of fun here. A lot of people coming in, people who haven't been here in a long time, people who have been for a very long time, but we get together and you get a chance to see them too. And of course, as you come in, I will see you and other people will be here and you could talk to others as they talk to you and you could talk to me. We could talk to each other. Why? Because we are one big happy family. That's the way that goes. So thank you once again for being with us. We've got a lot to talk about today. For those of you who are here for the very first time, we're on 3 different platforms, okay? So you can choose any 3 that you like. We're live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And so any one of those will get you through. You know, you can watch us all. You can watch us in your travel, on your telephone as well. A lot of people walk down the street and watching, I don't know, find a place where you can actually sit down and watch the show. It'll be more interesting that way. However, we have those 3 platforms for you. And for those of you who are here for the first time and you're watching us on Facebook particularly, we want you to take the time to tag this show to all of your friends, whether you're old, whether you're new, I don't care. Tag it to your friends. Now, a lot of you people who have been around a long time may have so many friends, but you can tag each week a few, all right? But you could tag as many as you like. And because we want them in on the conversation too. If they like what they hear, they like what they see, they will come back again and again, just like you. And we hope that they do. Because we want them part of the action. We want to build the viewership higher and higher. There's so many things to talk about too. So we've got all of that going along for you. And of course, we have our regular thing that we do here in terms of communicating with you. We also want to communicate with you for all of you sports lovers. We've got sports coming up. Brian Camp comes out of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where he is. And we link up with him each week from New York to Charlotte. And he'll bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. The name of his show is called Sports Update. You'll get a chance to see him and greet him as well. If you are on Facebook, YouTube, you'll get a chance to see him on screen. But that won't be the case for you guys who are watching us on Instagram. You won't be able to see him. We don't have that luxury to do that, but you'll be able to hear him just as well. And if you have any sports-related questions that you want to bring upon us or bring upon Brian when he comes in, you could ask the questions live. He'll be right here, and he'll be able to answer all of the questions that you may have. And if he doesn't have the answers, he will definitely get the answers for you, because that's what is happening in sports. We got a lot of things to talk about in sports. There was Sports Thanksgiving Day. If you're gathered around the table with your family and friends, you have that. you know. And so we've got all of that for you. So we'll talk about sports a little later on. Also, later on in the program, we have this thing, what we call This Day in History. Oh, yes, we have that. Now, something happened on this day in history, on this day, December 5th. And years back, something went down, and of course, it made history. And we're going to be talking about that because we have a laundry list of what happened on this day in history. So all of that's coming up later on in the program as well. And before the show is over, we're going to give you a chance to connect movie-wise, because each week I go into the vault of Turner Classic Movies, those classic movies that I know that you guys like. Well, I have my picks of the week. Each week I have my picks of the week, and I display them to you. And I know, of course, you're very resourceful when it comes to entertainment. You can find entertainment, but I just want to add that to your list of things to do and things to watch as far as movies are concerned. I just want to add that along. So that's later on in the program, and it's all coming your way right here on Talk Back Live. And just in case you're just joining us, it's 5 minutes past the hour right now, coming up to 6 minutes past the hour. The time really goes fast when you're having a lot of fun. I want to say hello to Mary from Brooklyn, New York, who popped in on Facebook. Good evening to you. We say good evening because we're evening here. You may be morning someplace, right? But Mary, thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, Mary, and I hope the rest of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. That's a holiday that everyone likes to, gather around the dinner table and you stuff yourself and man, there was so many things. A lot of people like traveling. The traveling situation was out there. Wow, a lot of people. And thank you, Mary. Welcome back to you too as well. Thank you, and welcome back to each and every one of you. But we did celebrate Thanksgiving, and there was a lot of flying. Airports were congested. You've seen it, right, on the news. Airports were congested. People were traveling in their cars, and they're traveling on the highways and trying to get to where they're going. And the busiest traveling week was Thanksgiving week, started, actually the busy day started Tuesday of that week. And then as it kept on going and picked up on Wednesday and Thursday, a lot of people just traveled late and went out there and just traveled. And there were a lot of delays. And depending on where you were coming from, there were super delays because in certain parts of New York, upstate New York, they had thick snow coming down, and I witnessed a few flurries this morning. Just for a few seconds, a few flurries came tumbling down. Now, I don't know if that's a warning or where it's coming from. I hope we don't wind up in an avalanche or anything, but we've been getting some wet weather as well, which we needed because, as you already know, we had that long streak of drought. And of course, we needed the wet weather to cover everything for it. And so you had the airports, they were all congested and everybody was traveling. It was terrible in some places. People were getting where they're going. I hope you got where you were going and got back safely as well. Mary, who's always with us, has celebrated a birthday this week. Mary, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to you. Mary celebrated her birthday, I believe, on Tuesday, was it? On the second day of December. And so happy birthday, many more. And the rest of you, if you're celebrating birthdays as well, many more to you. And so happy birthday, Mary. Thanks a lot. And so now that we're over with the holiday isn't really over. That's just a taste of what we're going to get. There's more to come because people are going to do some traveling as well because Christmas time is coming up next. That's the next holiday. And everybody wants to travel again. Me, I'm staying home this time around. I'm going to stay locally during Christmas time. But people are going to be traveling once again. So the holidays are not over. Once Thanksgiving comes in, I like to call it like the darkness before the light. The reason why I say that, and I don't say that on a negative term, I only say that because of the fact that, the holidays are so hectic. You got one after the other. People are going here, going there. People are shopping. People are going to places, to the malls, trying to find the perfect gift for someone that they love. And they just going and they're selling out on it. And they have to wait to come back the next day. And then after Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving was Thursday, you had Black Friday, and people were fighting to find these sales all over the place. Black Friday, whether you go to Macy's in New York or one of your local stores, big stores that have things that you may have or want, and Black Friday was the day for people to go shopping for Christmas. Now, some people do their shopping very early, like let's say in the month of July when they have Christmas in July. I never really celebrate Christmas in July. You don't want to hear about that because you have the Christmas that comes up in December. So that's coming in just a couple of weeks, not too far away. So everybody's getting set for that. And so, I say to people still, happy holiday to you, even though the holiday was over, but it's not really over because once you go by Thanksgiving, and now you got to think about Christmas. That's coming up too. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see how many people are going to be traveling. Are you going to be traveling again for the second time around? Now, some people may have traveled this time around for Thanksgiving and decide maybe they want to do their thing locally, or maybe they didn't travel on Thanksgiving and travel and stayed home locally and make the travel on for the Christmas holidays. Now, a lot of people are going to travel party on the Christmas holiday. Now, I'm going to compare on what it was like at the airports on Thanksgiving to Christmas. Let's see how many people are going to be flying, because it was a great amount of people doing a lot of flying. And then again, we mentioned the people who drive and people who drive long distance, and depending on where you are, you find a gasoline that was pretty cheap. And for those of you who no longer have to worry about gas, you just rely on charging up your car because it's an electric car. Whatever. People find ways to get around. But I hope you did have a wonderful holiday and a festive one. And now it's time to get back to brass taxes and burn off the fat and get things back to normal, right? At least for a while. You want to do that, okay? Okay, and as I said, here we are. This is the first show of a brand new month, December 5th, our first show of a brand new month. And so we've got all month long to talk about a lot of things. And of course, if you desire to talk about how your Thanksgiving was, we would love to talk about it and share it with others. We can do that here. I would love to hear what you guys did. I would love to hear it, Anyway, this month, we're going to be celebrating. Well, this is not really a celebration. It's an acknowledgement, and a very important acknowledgement, because people tend to do things on the holiday. They do a lot of drinking, and I always say, hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that if you so desire to do that, but just leave the car home or take a designated driver. So all month long is National Drunk and Drugged Driving Prevention Month. That's the key. That's what we want to prevent. A lot of people would like to go out and just have a good time. And I thank the people who do go out and have a good time without doing a lot of drinking and doing the drugs and all of that. And we would like to see you guys, or prefer you guys on the road. Like I said, if you guys who drive, take someone with you, let them be the driver for the night. If they don't drink, that's good. That's a plus. Let them do the driving. And they can get you home safely, but let them do the driving. You stay off that wheel, because so many people have died. I haven't heard many statistics. I'm sure there were some, but I just haven't heard any for the Thanksgiving holiday. It seemed to me there's no news is good news. And so far, I haven't heard anything. But, I keep our fingers crossed, if we can get by this holiday without all of that drama with the drinking and accidents and things like that. So, since we are acknowledging this, and this is a good time, this is a better part of the month to acknowledge it, because it's the time when people do these things, right? So it's National Drunk and Drugged Driving Prevention Month. Stay off the wheel, all right, if you possibly can, or better yet, if you have to do that, stay home, don't go out. Safest way, we don't want you to be statistic. And the reason why I say it for myself too, because I may be on the highway with you. and I don't want any problems uh, bumping into you that way. If we're gonna bump into each other, let's do it physically, fist bump or something like that, but not with the cars. Keep that going. Okay, we want to also talk about and we won't be talking about it too long because the season comes and the season go, but still you can take your flu shots and your COVID shots, right? They're all available. All you have to do is go to your pharmacist and make your appointment there, right? And make sure that you go there and just say, hey, I want to make an appointment to take my flu shots. All right. And just take them both if you want. You can take them both if you want. If not, you can take one at a time, and they're safe to take both. But if you don't want to take them both at the same time, you could do one week and then another 2 weeks after, the 3 weeks after, whether. But this is the time to do it. Don't delay it any further. Now, I don't want to have to mention this too many times. Don't delay it any further. It's very important. Go get your flu shots and your COVID shots. They're all available right now. Wayne Northrup, an actor best known for originating the role of Roman Brady on Days of Our Lives, died last Friday. Northwood died at the motion picture and television Woodland Hills home. The actor's wife, actress Lynn Herring of General Hospital, said in a statement that Wayne was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's 6 years ago. He was 77 years old. And it's time right now, as I promised you, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been there, but we're going to do it by way of linking up from New York to Charlotte because Brian Camp is out there and he's here to give us the latest developments in today's world of sports. And I repeat myself, if you have any questions that are sports related, this is the time to do it. He's got the answers. If he doesn't have the answers, what are you going to do if they don't have the answers?
I'm going to answer the questions to the best of my abilities. And I would say 95% of the time, I am right.
Well, that's why you're here. That's why you're the sports guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm the sports guy. Yes, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, that's your talent, and that's what you know, and you're good at it. So we don't worry about it.
Well, thank you, thank you. I just try to do the best I can, and just hope that I could ease any kind of issues that you may not have or may not know. I'm here to deliver like I usually do, but most of the time I try to give you the correct answer, which I do give you the correct answer. If I don't know it, if I'm not sure, I will be man enough to say, I'm not sure. Let me do some research. I'll get back to you.
Honesty is great.
That's right.
Always great honesty. Right. That's exactly what we did. Thanksgiving.
Oh boy, Thanksgiving. Let me tell you, I woke up, first of all, good evening, Mary. Hope all is well with you. I woke up Wednesday morning at 4:40 a.m. Had to start an early day. I had a doctor's appointment. Everything checked out well. My blood pressure, all that other stuff went well. Had to run a couple of errands. Took my granddaughter and my niece to see Wicked. You got to see that movie, Wicked. That's a very good movie. It's on Broadway too. It was on Broadway. I don't know if it's still on Broadway, but it's in the movies, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I dozed off. Remember, 4:40 in the morning. I woke up at 4:40 in the morning. So dozing off, and I'm like this, yawning. My granddaughter gives me a shot. Wake up, Grandpa. Had to straighten up. I did not get to bed from 4:40 a.m. Wednesday morning. I did not get to bed until 10 p.m. Thanksgiving evening. Yes, I stayed up overnight cooking meats. I made a brisket, a 20-pound brisket. I made 2 Boston butts that equals up to 18 pounds. I did 7 racks of ribs, spare ribs. I did what else I did? Fried fish. I mean, I was all over the place. I even roasted turkey, a 28-pound turkey. Yes. And I must say, I'm not tooting my own horn. Yes, I am tooting my own horn. It came out good. It came out great. You know how great it was? I'm glad you asked. It was so great that I did not even get a slice of brisket. In fact, I had a one slice and a half taste testing it. That's how fast it went.
Right.
So I'm not only a person that knows sports,
Yeah, cooking.
I know cooking. That's right.
And they had me there because they were there, and I thank you for allowing and for putting up with my shenanigans the whole time I was there. But I had a good time.
Yes, we all had a wonderful time. I'm glad that you was able to come. I'm glad that you was able to spend time with me and with the family and friends. And with my in-laws is never a dull moment. I said, expect the unexpected. And boy, did we. And there was some trash talking about who's the better cook. My sister-in-laws, they try to gang up on me, but yours truly held his own. Even they had to admit it was dissatisfied to them that the food was good. So it was fun. We had like close to 40 some odd people, 35, close to 40 some odd people, not all at one time, but it was wonderful. I don't know who they're gonna have the host to be next year, but there's rumors. There's rumors that they want to make this an annual thing here in Charlotte, Carolina. So I don't know. Let's see. This is my wife's family. Every year they rotate every year for having who's going to be the host. One year sometimes is in New Jersey, sometimes is in New York, some and here in North Carolina and in Georgia. So we'll see what happens. There's rumor that it may be happening in Virginia. That's the home state of where my wife's parents are from, was born and raised. So let's see what happens, you know.
A good
But
time.
Thanksgiving, huh?
I had a good time. I didn't put as many hours as you did, but I did have a good time.
Well, I'm glad you did. The festivities was off the chain. It was on another level and it was great. And I told people if you're in the neighborhood, just give me a call, give me a holler. There was so much food there that but the brightest thing, I mean my highlight, my highlight of Thanksgiving every year now is um the day after Thanksgiving, where I had you to come and my friend Neil to come, and we fed the homeless. That's very dear to me. God has blessed me, and over the years, um, with a decent, good job, was able to retire from New York, and I was able to give something back. And we have to stop complaining about what we don't have and what we have, and just think about there's others who's not as fortunate as we are. So, I took it upon myself. This is the fourth, maybe the fourth consecutive year now that we feed the homeless, depending on what state we're in for hosting. If we're not going to homeless shelters, then we'll give canned foods away. What we really wanted to do this year, because of the hurricane in Helena that we lost a lot of people here in this state of North Carolina. But it's a great feeling that you could be a helping hand. We're not here to show off or say that we did this or we did that. No, we're not. That's not us. That's not what we're all about. There are people out there that are starving. There are people out there that don't have homes. So we try to do whatever we can. And then what we did after, we fed them. We said some encouraging words. We gave a little testimony that, hey, whatever you did in the past and how you got to the way that you are, none of our concerns. What counts is that you're here now, and we try to make you to try to tell you that don't give up in life. If just believe in the Most High. If you believe in God, you got to trust God. If you don't believe in God, that's fine too, to each his own. But we tell you, don't ever give up in life. Don't ever give up on yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I got out to Charlotte, Brian had told me, he said, "Hey, you got to come with me tomorrow." And I said, "Where?" And he was telling me about, the homeless event. And I did go there. I went there, and And I had a few words to say myself to them, encourage them, tell them about my personal experiences, and because we all have them, and just encourage them. We got to do that. And you got to give back, because look, a lot of you guys are going to, after this show, you're going to jump in your nice, warm, cozy beds, and you're going to relax. And, before you do that, you better thank God that you got that, because,
Right.
all of us, you could be out in the street. And a lot of people are unfortunately out there in the streets right now. And the goal is, I would like to think the goal is for this upcoming administration is work on that, you
That's
know,
right. Yeah.
but that's another show.
That's right. And I'm glad that you did mention, to be where you're at least you have a warm place. And speaking of which, right now, here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, it is 36 degrees.
Yep.
So that tells you, and it could be colder somewhere else other than North Carolina. In fact, it is colder somewhere else. I'm just, I mean, we live in the South, where the South is not that colder in the northern states. The northern states, or in the Midwest, could be well below zero, So, we got to count our blessings and stop complaining, Stop complaining. We'll be fine. But I do believe if you do to others that they will do unto you, you'll find that you'll get your blessings. Your blessings will be counted. So,
Yep.
but let's get to sports, because as I always say, sports cures a lot of um anger and a lot of controversial stuff, things that's going on. But let's get to sports. It is a good evening to you all, or good morning to some who's around the world, globally and nationally and locally. We're going to start with baseball. The Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skenes, is elected to the Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Committee, subcommittee. Yeah, now he's not too far removed from having his baseball debut. You know, 6 months ago, he started his first baseball game, came right out of the minor league. So what they try to do, they try to get fresh blood, you know, new blood, and they formed this here committee with veterans and everything. Also joining the committee would be American League Cy Young Award winner Tyreek Scobo, Padres infielder Jake Cronenworth, Blue Jays pitcher Chris Bassett, Rays pitcher Pete Fairbanks, and Orioles outfielder Cedric Mullins. Also on hand would be Rangers infielder Marcus Semien and Reds pitcher Brent Sutter. Um, they're all going to be part of this here subcommittee for the union, because every sports have a union, and you really need it. So congratulations, even though baseball is taking their time off, but this is what's in the news, so we want to report that. There's a football game tonight. It's on now, but we will stay here until the show's over, and then you could go and watch it on Prime. It's the Detroit Lions against the Green Bay Packers. And on the NBA season, got some games on tonight. Check your local listings and see what games that interest you for tonight schedule. But this day in sports, December 5th, 1947, Joe Louis defeated Jersey Joe Walcott in 15 rounds at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden is known as the Mecca of all arenas. Everybody loves Madison Square Garden. People come all over the world, just to be there to see Madison Square Garden, because they got all these concerts and events there. So, it's the Garden. It's nothing like the Garden. 1958, the Phillies dropped plans for New York sportscast, as the New York Yankees do the same as well. 1973, the Chicago Cubs third baseman Ron Santo is the first player to invoke the 10-5 rule. Well, what is the 10-5 rule is? I'm glad you asked. The 10-5 rule is you have to have at least a minimum of 10 years in Major League Baseball and be with the team for a minimum of 5. What that means that you could veto any trade that you want. If they try to trade you, you got to get my permission. You have to consult with me. And if you don't like the trade, you don't have to go. They will have to, and they have no choice but to keep you. So that's the rule. The 10-5 rule is. That's been going on since 1973, and Ron Santo was the first one. 1978, Pete Rose signs a 4-year, $32 million contract with the Philadelphia Phillies and becomes the highest paid contract at that time. $32 million back then in 1978 when you had money. It's still a lot of money to us today, but he was the highest paid player. 2017, Russia is barred from the Winter Olympics in South Korea over doping. They was taking illegal drugs. They were shooting themselves, doping, and that's illegal. Now, you cannot do that in the Olympics. Birthdays on this date, 1947. Happy birthday to Jim Plunkett, NFL quarterback, former Heisman Award winner, 1970, and Super Bowl champion. Was born in San Jose, California. Happy birthday to NFL Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. Let me take that back. He's not a Hall of Famer. Art Monk. Today's his birthday. He's a wide receiver known as for one of the Hogs, known as the Washington Redskins. They used to call him the Hogs. And he celebrate a birthday today. He was born in White Plains, New York. And happy birthday to Josh Smith, NBA forward with the New Orleans Pelicans, was born in College Park, Georgia. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a return back from a healthy and tiresome Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think you had a good Thanksgiving, except for your Cowboys. Yeah. What are you going to do about that?
I know. But hey, the Cowboys, it's been since 1995. But you know what? I'm still loyal. I'm going to be a Cowboy. I may have this hat on. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan for life.
Well, see, that's the way it's supposed to be. Some people switch off on teams, because their team are not doing so good. And they say, well, I'm going to go to a team that are no longer, that are not the underdogs. And I just want to stay with a good team. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You stay with your team as if you were married to it, for better or worse.
That's right.
And as for you, you didn't have a good year in baseball, and you're certainly not having it in football.
You're right. But you know what? I'm enjoying the sports. Enjoying the sports.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole idea. What about, I never did ask you about your favorite basketball team. What's that?
I don't have a favorite basketball team right now. I root for certain players. My favorite basketball player, he happens to be hurt a lot, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I really love his game. You call him the quiet assassin. He's known as the Claw. His hand is so big that, it covers everything, and I cheer for him, but he's always hurt. So I don't root for basketball teams, but I love the game. I love basketball as well too.
Well, my basketball team is the Lakers. And speaking of the Lakers, LeBron James is going to be turning 40.
Sure is soon. Very soon, in fact. Yeah, if he's not 40 now.
Yeah.
He's coming down on the tail end of his career. He's showing signs of what is it called? Nature. I forgot the word that they use, but father time.
Yeah, father time. He's slow.
Yeah, it's never defeated. It always eventually going to take over.
Yeah.
You're right about that,
Yeah.
So
well, it's let's see, he put in a good service, so that's the most important thing. And as far as his pockets are concerned, can't sneeze on it.
He's a billionaire and he's still playing. I didn't figure,
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hate on another man's success, and neither should anybody else.
Yeah.
They put in the footwork.
That's right.
That's them,
But he's going to still wind up doing some some endorsements like he's doing now. I mean, he's teaming up with not Chris Rock, with Kevin Hart already.
Mhm.
One of those commercials. I forgot what commercial was that. They were both in a barber shop or something. You know, I think
Yeah.
something. What was it? The bank. I know. I know. Hart is like the spokesperson or the face for Chase Bank.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think he was in one of those commercials. Anyway, he's going to be doing, I believe that he's going to be doing a lot of those things. You know, if not, he's going to be doing something. Maybe he'll own a team or partially
Mhm.
own a team or something. But they all do something. You know, they come back. Some players they come out with nothing because they fall into the wrong hands of somebody else, and then they go broke. But I think he's going to be doing fine.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Happy birthday, LeBron James, whenever that is. That's coming
Yes.
shortly. Speaking of birthdays, Mary just celebrated a birthday on December 2nd. So,
Happy birthday, Mary. Happy birthday.
yeah, so
Congratulations. God allow you to see another year. That is amazing. Every day is a blessing,
yeah,
but for you to have your annual birth to come around
yeah,
is even more of a special blessing.
it's,
Happy birthday to you. And yes, you're right. I did put, as the old folks would say, I really put my foot into that food for Thanksgiving. Oh, I was ready. I was tired, but I was ready. Yes, thank you so much.
okay. I guess we'll catch you back here tomorrow then.
Yes, you will tomorrow. Also, I want to say, even though we will not cover this historical day coming up, we cannot forget Pearl Harbor is coming up. I think it's the 7th of December. So let's remember, we always remember the people that passed away at 9/11, but let's not forget World War II started when Japan attacked the Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. If you ever get a chance to go to Hawaii, it's something to see.
Back in
It's a great feeling.
1941 the year, 1941 the year.
That's right. So, but
Okay,
yes, I'll be here tomorrow. Yes.
okay, we'll catch you then. Take
Take
care.
care, everybody.
All right. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. Welcome back. We welcome him back. We welcome all of you guys back. Brian will be here tomorrow on the coffee hour. Of course, I hope you guys be around too, and we'll all get together, have a little coffee or a spot of tea, as they would say. And so we'll look forward to seeing him. And if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allen, and I will be here with you until the top of the hour. We have a few more minutes to go into the show, and I want you guys to stick around because I have some very important news I want to tell you in just a few minutes. But right now, it's time to go back in time. And we go back in time. On this day in history, in 1832, Andrew Jackson was reelected U.S. president after defeating Henry Clay. On this day in history, in 1847, Jefferson Davis is appointed to fill vacant in U.S. Senate seat for Mississippi. On this day in history, in 1946, U.S. President Harry Truman creates Committee on Civil Rights by executive order. That order, the executive order number was 9808. On this day in history, in 1954, KTEW, which is now KJRH, that's Channel 2 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, NBC station, began their broadcasting. On this day in history, in 1955, historic bus boycott begins in Montgomery, Alabama by Rosa Parks and other civil rights activists. Back in 1969, Apple Records releases the single Come and Get It by the band called Badfinger. And the track was written and produced by Paul McCartney for the dark comedy film The Magic Christian. And that starred Peter Sellers and Ringo Starr. Back in 1973, Apple Records released Paul McCartney's and Wings' Band on the Run album. Or was it the album or was it the single? Anyway, it was 1973. In 1974, a final episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus airs on BBC TV. In 2003, Mexican singer Thalia, the queen of Latin pop, is awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles, California. Walt Disney was born on this day in 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. He died December 15th in 1966 at the age of 65 years old. And theater and film director and producer Otto Preminger was born in Austria-Hungary, and he died in 1986. Little Richard, rock and roll Little Richard, was born on this day in 1932 in Macon, Georgia. He died May 9th in 2020 at the age of 87. Tutti Frutti, oh Rudy. In 1985, actor Frankie Muniz was the actor for Malcolm in the Middle. He was born in Ridgewood, New Jersey. That would be Woodridge, New Jersey, and he's 39 years old today. In 1943, back in time, singer and actress Dinah Shore weds actor George Montgomery. In 1945, actor Eddie Albert weds actress Margot. Doesn't have a last name there, just Margot. In 1947, Spider-Man, the creator Stan Lee weds Joan Clayton Bucott. In 2003, singer Chris Martin weds actress Gwyneth Paltrow. In Montego, California, and they got divorced in 2016. In 1968, actor Fred Clark dies of liver ailment at the age of 54 years old. In 2008, actress Beverly Garland dies at the age of 82. In 2012, jazz musician Dave Brubeck was known for his classic song, Take Five. He dies from heart failure at the age of 91 years old. South African President Nelson Mandela died on this day at the age of 95 years old. Back in 2013, he died from lung infection. He was born July 18th in 1918 in South Africa. U.S. Senator Bob Doyle died on this day in 2021 at the age of 98 years old from lung cancer. He was born July 22nd, 1923 in Russell, Kansas. In 2022, actress Chrissy Alley from Cheers dies of colon cancer at the age of 71. And finally, 2023, TV writer and producer Norman Lear dies at the age of 101 years old. So that's what's happening in entertainment. And of course, we say happy birthday to the people who are no longer with us. We salute them, and the people who are still with us, of course, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Everybody's celebrating birthdays, seems at the same time. I don't know if I can be put in that category, but mine was last month. So everybody's a cluster of birthdays of family and friends and everyone, right? Okay, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and I want to quickly give you a chance to get in touch with me if you like. I'm going to give you my email address and my telephone number. I think that's very important. So if you would take it down, and I would feel good if you would take it down and check it out. Okay, now I have two sources, email address and a telephone number. Right? I'm going to give you the email address first. Email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled A-L-L-A-N. That's very important detail. A-L-L-A-N. Prod is P-R-O-D. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. And the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Now, when you get in contact with us, you can contact us for any reason at all. You want to make your birthday announcement? You want to make your birthday known like Mary did? Please, by all means, let me know. Or maybe you have an event coming up in your area that you would like to talk about and you want to invite us all to your house or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is, or maybe you want to talk about this show. Maybe you want to critique the show. We highly recommend that because we'd like to know where you stand with us. And with that, you can also give some kind of suggestions about what we should put on the show. All right, we welcome that too as well. And we can talk about that or anything at all. All right. We talk about everything from soup to nuts. So you want to talk about soup to nuts? We got it all, right? And just keep all of that information with you in your electronic equipment, such as your cell phone, maybe your computers, where you can get easy access to it. So when you ever need it, you don't have to have me telling you over and over, which of course I'm going to do anyway, because each week is a different show. But you can keep all of that information with you and use it at any time you want. You can email, call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if you call, you can leave a message. And of course, we will acknowledge your telephone call, because we would like you to know that we like you, just because you have taken the time to call us on or email us, we will respond to you. We want to do that because you took the time to do that. We're going to respond to you in any way we can. Okay. So let me give you that email address again. Email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. And the thing that I just told you just a few minutes ago, very important notice. This is what I want to. So let me just try to build it up the best way I can. You know, one of the things I like to do is, first of all, thank each and every one of you for being along with us through the years. Whether you're, especially people who have been around a long time, we thank you for that. And a lot of you have been following me, you know, from my early days of radio up until now. And that's gratifying to me as far as all of you guys are concerned. And doing this show, the Talk Back Live and the Coffee Hour, and then of course some of my old radio programs, the shows that I used to do on radio, you guys were there, of course, were there for that, and I thank you so much for that. And those of you who are new or getting ready to know me or getting to know me, I thank you for that. Now, I'm saying that because I'm trying to make a point here, is that because you've done all of this for me, I do things for you. I like to try to do things for you and try to keep you informed of a lot of things that I may know about that you should know about, right? And I talk about all the time. I talk about social media, how dangerous it could be, how great it could be, you know, and what sites to go on, what sites to stay away from. And you guys are well known that you know where to stand. But I say that because I want to target something, because we also, on the internet, do a lot of things. And one of the things that all of us do is do a lot of shopping online. We do a lot of shopping online. I do it, and I know you do it. And of course, we try to shop for the best things and try to look for the best websites that are out there. But I say that to make a point, because there's a website I want to tell you guys about that I urge you to stay away from. Okay, listen to me very carefully. You know, we already know there's a lot of bogus websites out there. But each time that I find out about one or experience one, which I already did, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to save you if you haven't been there. I'm going to prevent you from going there so you can save your money, save your dignity, and prevent heartaches and drama. Stay away for some of these websites. There's a website I want to talk about. This website is a website that you can go on. It's a print website. You know, they do printing like on coffee cups and baseball caps and T-shirts and sweatshirts, the whole 9 yards. You've seen them, and a lot of them are reputable. There are some that you've seen on TV. The ones that you see on TV are reputable. You go there and you want to buy shirts and caps and things like that. Well, this one is called Printterval. Let me spell that out for you. Printterval. That's Printterval. Printterval. Printterval.com. Their slogan is "Spice up your life." All right. I urge you not to go on this site. Do not go. It's a bogus site. Unless, of course, you don't mind getting your product like 2 months later or not at all. All right. So to avoid all of that, do not go on that website. You can go there and visit it, and I urge you to do so. You can see what they have. They have a lot of marvelous things that will rope you right in there. But it's printterval.com, Printterval. printtheval.com, and you can go there and check it out. My experience on the early part of November, to be more blunt, it was on my birthday, November 6th. I went on there and I ordered something, and I ordered something light. I ordered something that it didn't weigh more than this pen. You can put it in a box and ship it off, right? So, you pay for it online, you use your credit card, your debit card, and you pay for it online. And November 6th, I ordered it. And then you know how you go and you track your delivery? Well, I tracked mine, and it was doing pretty good in the beginning. November 7th, we ordered November 6th, but November 7th, they got the order, they received the order, and then as time went on, then the next move was packaging. They're in the process of packaging, all right? So they're packaging. The next move was on the road, which means it's on its way to you. On the road, November 11th, on the road, and it's on its way. So I said, okay, it should be here any day now. On the road, November 11th, and it's still there on the road. Even now, it's still there. I never received anything. It's still there on the road. I called them. I told them I was looking forward to it. I didn't see it. What's going on? They said, well, we'll call you in like 12 business hours, so we can investigate to find out, track it more and find out where it's going, right? All right. They never got back to me. I phoned them again, not phoned them, but I emailed again. And they said, it's on its way because of the fact that it's so congested. We have so many products to ship out. We're going to, it's on its way, but it'll be there late. No later than December 2nd. Okay. Now I didn't like that because that was too late, but here we are, December 5th, and nothing. All right. And so I called them again and I told them I demand a refund. Please send me a refund by money order. Send me the amount. I gave them the amount because they have the record there. I need a refund. They said, well, we could refund the shipping, which was $6.99. I said, well, that's not what I didn't even receive the product. So what kind of sense does that make? Okay. And so I get all of this going on, nothing. And then I told them after I told them that I wanted the refund, then I haven't heard from them after that. Even if I emailed them a second and third time, still haven't heard from them. To this day, they never contact me. So I gave them one email yesterday and told them I have no choice but to go further, take this to another level. And what I'm going to do, I am going to seek legal help. Still haven't heard from them. I called my bank today, explained to them what happened, and my bank is beautiful. They take care of me. They're beautiful. They said, what we're going to do, we're going to dispute that payment and put it back into your account. So, ladies and gentlemen, the story is said. The story was told. Do not go to Print the Val. Do not go there to order anything. Stay away from them. And I'm going to be posting this tomorrow after I get off the air on Facebook. But I don't want to do it now because I want to announce it first. And I'm going to announce it tomorrow once again. Their slogan is "Spice Up Your Life." And I'm going to give you a permission. You could email them if you want them to let them know that you know about their shenanigans, you know all about them, that you heard it right here on this show. Frank Allan told me, and I am going to tell you that since he told me, I'm going to tell other friends. You would do. I'm just giving you permission. You don't have to, but I'm giving you the permission. Their email is called support.printval.com. Let me spell Printval once again. PRINTERVAL.com. Support@printval.com. And I give you permission to do that. You can mention my name. You heard it on this show. But please, ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends, do not go and order anything from these people. They're bogus, and you won't get your money. You won't get your product. And if you ever get into a situation like that, call your credit people or call the bank and tell them about it so they can do the investigation, and because they have the power to take away take away all of that. They have the power to do that. They have the power to say, we're going to dispute the charges and put it back into your account. So do that, okay? Stay away from cryptoval.com. Shame on you guys. I'm putting the word out there. You guys are. Okay, I want to tell you about a few movies, and I hope that helped you out too. Please stay away from those bogus websites. Here's movies that I have. How many of them I have today? I have 5 of them. What? Let's see. 3, 4. I have 5 of them, right? And these are movies that I'm going to add to your bucket list of what to watch. We're going to start off from 1955. This is a movie called Pete Kelly's Blues, starring Jack Webb from Dragnet, right? Jack Webb, Janet Leigh, and Edmund O'Brien. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's happening on Saturday at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. You have to rise early in the morning. If you don't want to get up that early in the morning, DVR it and watch it later on. Then we have From Here to Eternity from 1953, starring Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, and Deborah Kerr. Frank Sinatra is also in it, along with Ernest Borgnine as well. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. Here's another good movie that I think you'll like. It's a comedy called It Happened on Fifth Avenue in 1947, starring Don DeVore, along with Ann Harden and Victor Moore. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Here's something biblical since we're coming into the Christmas months. These next two. One is Ben-Hur from 1959, starring Charlton Heston, Jack Hawkins, and Stephen Boyd. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then we have King of Kings, 1961, with Jeffrey Hunter and Robert Ryan. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. All of these great movies you ought to like. Now, go to Turner Classic Movies. Please do that. You know why? Because what you can do is check out more movies that I didn't mention, and they may be movies that you may have never heard of, but you think you might like them, and you could check them out as well. If you can't watch them in real time, you can DVR them and watch them at your own convenience. So go there and check it out at Turner Classic Movies. Also, while you're there, go there because you could also go on demand and watch these free movies. You have the free movies out there. There are a lot of them. You have great movies for children, documentaries, and Lifetime movies. They're all there. All the networks are there. You can go and check it out there. Also, the pay-per-view movies are the ones that are in movies as we speak right now. And then you have the ones that were there not too long ago, but they still linger up there. So you can go check them out. They're great. So do that. And then there's a lot of streaming and all of that you guys like. You stream and do everything like that, right? So let me give you these movies once again. It's Pete Kelly's Blues, Jack Webb, Janet Leigh, and Edmund O'Brien. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. From Here to Eternity with Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, and Deborah Kerr. That's Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. It Happened on Fifth Avenue, a nice comedy with Don DeFore, Ann Harden, and Victor Moore. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Ben-Hur, Charlton Heston, Jack Hawkins, and Stephen Boyd. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And King of King, 1961, Jeffrey Hunter and Robert Ryan. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Check these movies out. I think you're going to like them. We're going to repeat them tomorrow on Talk Back Live. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to go, but I will be back here tomorrow morning at exactly 10 a.m. Eastern for the coffee hour. And Brian Camp is going to be here with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports. I hope you will be here as well. We look forward to seeing you then. And don't forget, you can check me back here next Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll be back here for more of Talk Back Live. And Brian Camp with sports. And of course, we'll be looking for you too as well. I want to say good night to each and every one of you. Mary, happy birthday once again. Happy belated. And we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant good night. We'll see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allan. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.